Hi guys. So this week I wanted to talk about stories. I started the two-part series for tools to clear post-traumatic stress disorder this week. And it's one of the things that we talked about so much in the first call was the stories. And truly, are we willing to let go of the stories that we've defined ourselves as? So we've told ourselves that we are, or that's the way it is for us. And I'm playing with that today as I get ready. Notice my hair is all done up and I've got some lipstick on for a house concert tonight. We have invited a folk singer. Her name is Maria Dunn, and a fiddle player, Shannon Johnson. They play together a lot. And to come to our house and to do a house concert. We actually invited them in August, and this was their first availability. And so as I'm getting ready and getting the house ready, and hubby and I are setting up the concert space and all of that, I was looking at pretty much my entire life. My story was that I'm not social, that I don't know how to interact with people, that I'm shy. And you guys, it's so funny to me. I mean, if you're on my Facebook, you would have seen a picture of me in 1990, which was the year I graduated from high school. And literally my hair is straight up. And the last time before we cut it, it measured 7.5 inches straight up, straight up. And I would have told you I was shy. And here we are having a house concert with, I'm not sure, I think 15 or so people, but I'm shy. What a bizarre story. Now, the thing is, for myself, I can look at that and I can say, you know what, I've always been shy because I've been comparing myself to my one sister. I have 4 sisters, one of which is social butterfly of the world. I mean, she's amazing. She can make friends with anybody. She can talk for hours with anybody. She can talk to anybody. It's amazing. And I have always looked up to her for that capacity because I always felt like I couldn't. And yet, of course I can if I don't tell myself the story. Now, there's also a difference. I don't actually really desire to be what she chooses to be. And see, this is what I never looked at before. I never looked at what actually works for me. Because that's huge. It works for her. She loves to have people over all the time and entertain people all the time. And in fact, she would actually rather you come to her house and her do it all than to, go out or, of course she goes out also, but she loves that. And that just doesn't work for me all the time. This is, I think, kind of the second official party that we've had while we've lived here. And we've lived here over a year. That's actually probably more than we ever had at our other place. But still, it's all of those stories that I've told myself that I'm not a social butterfly because I don't operate like her. Now, those were not cognitive stories. I did not ever stop and think about where those stories I was telling myself were coming from. It was just this conclusion of, well, I'm not. And it's not fair. It's really not fair. It's not fair to me to have that because I actually am very social in ways I like to be social, in ways that work for me. And the ways that work for me and the ways that work for her are not right and are not wrong. So I encourage you to look at the stories about you that you're telling you and check in, one, even if they're true. And let's say it maybe does seem a little bit true to you. Check in if it works for you. There's people who would never even want to have a house concert. You don't have to. It's what actually would you like? Maybe you like just, hanging out at home with your animals, or maybe you like going out and not having people in. It doesn't matter. But just don't attach the stories to it because there's so much more possible. Plus, then we get out of the wrongness of us. And ultimately, no matter what, that's the ticket. If you get out of the wrongness of you, what else might be possible that you've never even considered. So have an awesome week, sweet friends. And I would love to hear if you have some things pop for you of stories that you've maybe been telling yourself that you're ready to change. You know, post it below. Let me know. I would love to hear what you're shifting and changing. So have an awesome week. I look forward to chatting with you next week.